Next, we come to Mercury, which has to do with how people think. Mercury is never too far from the sun. The sun is an outward projection. Sometimes you can't say exactly what's on your mind, but Mercury is where you store information and how you store information and what kind of information you store, as well as an outward projection of how you communicate it. How if we really were a mercurial world, we would all be connected. We would all be fed. We would all. It comes from a lack of ignorance because Mercury's job is putting this story back together. It collects little thoughts like based on my Jupiter impulses. I have um, stored thoughts in my Neptunian archetypical long term memory to bring to my short term memory thoughts about Carl Jung and thoughts about the planets and uh, just basically go to things. Like when you hear new information, how are you going to compartmentalize this? And this is the nature of the sign of Gemini. Now, Gemini, when I picture the two twins, which is my rising sign and also my Mars sign, I picture lightning, Gemini, and then it shows the two towers there. And Gemini has a twin, uh, a archetypical twin in the world um, at all times in their life, and that twin is out there. The twin is the darker portion of themselves, and they see it. It highlights the undertone as well as the above tone. Gemini is very friendly. It shows in situations of relating information in newspapers. I'm very big with writing. A lot of Gemini things. Mars would be the strategy to writing, uh, videotaping, and uh, stuff that has to do with communication on a wide basis. The way that roads take you to your destination, uh, the way the towns show up and are aligned, and Gemini is described the one who writes it all down, writes down history for you. The one who's concerned with mental things, airy things, things of the nature of learning and relaying information. Uh, Through one of the poles you take in, through the other you take out. Mercury's other sign, which it's attributed to, is the archetype of Virgo, the lady in the sky with the boy in the one hand and the wheat in the other, from the constellation that the stars actually make. There is a what used to be a planet between Jupiter and Mars, which became the asteroid belt. The asteroid Ceres, which is like a harvestful mother who's constantly, and I think that fits with the version. She's constantly there to nurture and to prosper your journey along the way. And Virgo is about perfecting and getting down to the minutest of detail. But if you're a heavy Virgo, you're constantly working, you're constantly trying uh, to contribute in a way. But a lot of times you'll see the small and you won't be able to see the larger picture. And that fits with Mercury again. As in, what makes us unique is our total ignorance. Um, from everything, we put together small things, and we put together in ways that we make with everything because everything is so infinite and so big uh, that would be almost a limiting thought to think, well, if everything's out there, then there's nothing new under the sun. Well, of course, but we can rehash this different ways and create all kinds of experience and all the sensations and the colors and the words we say and in the phrasing of our words. And it's so many combinations of things that it never actually catches up with you, even if you would live forever. So that's pretty cool. If all the signs keep on cycling around and all the planets keep on going forward again. So you notice people with their Mercury signs, uh, their thoughts uh, do surround them. Whatever you think about literally is pulled back to you. And a lot of that is through self doing, but a lot of that comes from the outside, and that's something that you have to learn in the nature of archetypes. And when I get to the moon, I'll talk about that. Um, that inside and outside are working together because this world that you see, this universe, is actually an extension of yourself. So it's really crazy how it works. But smart people gather information about and they study by way of coming into their sign, their Mercury sign, which is fascinating if you study that.